Starting from where we left off, after placing her body into the blue inflatable pool to prevent her blood from spilling onto his garage floor, the defendant used a chainsaw and perhaps other tools to cut off her limbs. Small blue plastic fragments were found embedded in the victim's remains, which were collected by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Department. The fragments were analyzed by the LAPD's Forensic Science Division Trace Analyst Unit. An expert was able to make a physical match from the blue fragments to the blue inflatable pool purchased by the defendant in May of 2025. In order to distance himself from the victim, he amputated her left ring and pinky finger because her ring finger contained a tattoo of his name. Her fingers have not been recovered. The defendant then placed her head and torso into the cadaver bag he purchased. He placed her limbs into a garbage bag, which he deposited into his front trunk, laying the cadaver bag on top. For several weeks or possibly months, the defendant left the victim's body to decompose inside of his Tesla. He lied to friends, business associates, and others who noticed the strong smell of decay in and around his home and vehicle. Before leaving on his concert tour at the end of July, he parked his Tesla on the street around the corner from his home. LAPD served a search warrant at the defendant's home on September 17th after the victim was identified by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner on September 16th. Inside the garage, detectives discovered evidence consistent with the dismemberment of the victim's body inside of the inflatable pool, which contained multiple linear cuts. Several biological samples, which tested positive for blood, were collected within the garage area. DNA analysis determined that the various samples matched the victim's unique genetic profile. On December 9, 2025, the medical examiner ruled the victim's death a homicide caused by 2 penetrating injuries to the torso, and this is also when they sealed her records. 2. Evidence. The people will present the following evidence at the preliminary hearing, including but not limited to the description of photographs depicting the victim naked, as well as while she was engaging with the defendant in activity when she was 13. This evidence constitutes Child A material. The photographs themselves will not be present. While all possible charges that could be proven were not filed, the CSAM is proof of their ongoing relationship while the victim was 13 and 14 years old. Numerous text messages between the defendant and the victim evidencing their sexual relationship, pregnancy, abortion, and use of Plan B emergency contraception. Messages through March 2025 proved the defendant continued to manipulate the victim as she messaged, "All we do is have and just hang out, man. I want more than that for myself." These messages were obtained from the defendant's iCloud data. Next, the defendant's cellular activity and communications derived from the defendant's iPhone and Tesla, which demonstrate his activities from April 22nd to April 24th, including a trip to Santa Barbara in the middle of the night after the victim arrived to his Hollywood Hills home. Next, surveillance video of defendant driving his Tesla on July 29, 2025 for the last time before parking the vehicle and leaving on tour at the end of